I'm Tim Miller, and this is Anti-Socially Distant. Come with me on a journey to the land of comedy, where the jokes flow like honey and the laughter never dies. Bad. And I thought I'd open with some physical comedy, because, I don't know, my life, anytime I try to do anything physical is pretty much a tragedy, disguised as a comedy, much like my life. So there we go. Yeah, here we go. Well, speaking, it's me. I have a self-deprecating sense of humor. Really hate that about myself. I'm a pretty typical cis, white, straight male, so I haven't really overcome any adversity, but I've definitely overcome quite a few advantages, so there's that. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'm also not a lover, so I'm just a coward. If everyone's doing good, I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Actually, I don't really care. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm not much for small talk. Kind of, I don't know, I don't really probably hate your job more than I hate my own. I don't really care about your kids, and I can just like look outside and see what the weather is, so I guess I prefer medium talk, you know, things like, what's your 5th biggest fear, who is your 3rd crush, what are your thoughts on season 3 episode 14 of Arrested Development. Well, I think you failed that test because there's only 13 episodes in season 3 of Arrested Development, so if you're watching this at home, remember that. Yeah, not very good with people. I don't know, I feel like I wanted to get like a sign or something that like tells people when I'm at capacity for like the amount of people I can live in my life. You know, like some random stranger tries to like befriend me, and like a sign, like a message pops up, be like, at capacity, he doesn't want to be your friend, or maybe it pops up for me, be like, you can get rid of somebody, like text your high school friend who got really into conspiracy theories and dump him. Or your grandma, I don't know. If the friend can offer you like checks on your birthday and candy and hugs, then yeah, you can have them replace your grandma. That's fine. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like my capacity is like, I'm almost full. I feel like at this point, if I get to know any more friends or anything, I might just become like a set somebody on fire hazard. Yeah. Like I need so much space. Like if I was the last person on Earth, which is a fantasy of mine that's only like 83% non-sexual, I feel like if I discovered life on Mars, I'd probably have to tell them to like move to like a different planet. I need more space. Yeah. There's that. Yeah. Let's see. And I feel like, I don't know, I take the same like approach when people recommend like friends to me, like they recommend people I should be like, you should hang out, this person's cool, you should hang out. Like I take the same thing. It's like if somebody recommends like a Netflix TV series or something, like I say I'll check it out, and then I'll just go back to the familiar, like watching Arrested Development for the 13th time. Yeah. I don't know, like, it's just hard for me to get started on, like, I started my nephew. I have a 12-year-old, 13-year-old nephew, and I started him I started at the beginning with him, so I'm like invested in that storyline. But I can't like start your stupid friend Fred at like season 35 or whatever, so I have to go back and figure out like thousands of episodes worth of storyline or whatever. I just sounds like a lot. I just don't want to do it. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not very good with women, in case you can't tell. Didn't have my first kiss, so I was 22. It's a little bit toothy. See, I didn't lose my virginity till I was almost 25. Lost it to a Craigslist prostitute, so that was, yeah, for $40. I talked her down from 50, which is a fact I'm kind of too proud of. I don't know. I've never really even had a real girlfriend. I had one for like, I don't know, like half an hour when I was a kid. I was like 10 or 11. My sister had some friends over. One of them I actually did have a crush on. It was kind of cute at the time. Um, she said something about, jokingly, about how we're dating now, I guess, and I kind of just, being awkward then and now, I kind of just agreed. So I inadvertently dated her for a while until she broke up with me for not paying attention to her. And I went back to playing with my Star Wars action figure and not paying attention to her. Yeah. Still not very good with women. Like a couple years ago, I met this girl for comedy, friend of a friend or whatever. And I'm kind of interested in her. I think maybe she's interested in me. So one night she invites me to go out to get drinks. So yeah, I go out with her and one of our friends get drinks. We go to the local bro bar, the like where all the bros hang out in town. Yeah, I didn't want to be there, but she was cute. I thought maybe I'd get lucky. So we're all hanging out, and I'm my normal nervous self, so I don't really make a move. Long story short, she ends up. I keep on getting drunker as the night goes on. She ends up meeting some other guy running into some other guy that she seems more interested in. So they go off. Okay, I'm going to admit this. I probably shouldn't have driven home that night. It's not a confession for any cops watching this. It's just a fact. I probably shouldn't have driven. Shouldn't have driven that night. Yeah. But she goes off with this guy. I drive home. And as I get home, my drunken mind tells me I should probably just, text her, "Are you interested in me?" She replies, "Not boyfriend materially," which I get. I'm not really boyfriend material. I'm like not even barely like friend material. I'm like maybe acquaintance or pretty friendly with material. Project material means you're gonna have to work on me a lot to get me to where you want to be. Yeah, it's me. So yeah, I said drunkenly reply, "Oh no, maybe a hookup." And she rightfully replied, like, "What the fuck? What? Why? What do you even?" Yeah. And then, so I text back, "Sorry, I didn't mean to creep you out. I'm a little drunk and I'm an idiot." She just replies, "Yeah." So then I text her, apologizing, like, "Sorry, I creeped you out. Sorry, I still want to be friends." Because yeah, she just texts back, "It's all good." I never heard from her again, so that's where that went. Let's see. What else? What else? Um, Here's another example of how not smooth I am. There's a different girl I was interested in. I used to work with her. I thought she might be interested in me. She laughed at a lot of my jokes, which are not up to the caliber they are now, obviously. So I start kind of trying to hang out with her, invite her out to some comedy shows. I invited her out one night to a comedy show, but I guess she got drunk or something and she forgot to come. But as I'm getting off stage, I'd just gone on. She texted me asking if I'd gone. I just told her I'd gone, and then she texted me that she's downtown and you want to come out and play, which obviously in my mind means I might, have sex, get lucky. I'll just be upfront and say that didn't happen. So yeah, I agree to go out with her. She agrees to buy me a drink because I told her I'm broke and I don't really have a lot of money to buy drinks. But so I meet her actually at the same bro bar I had met this earlier girl. So I guess the girls I'm into are like that bro bar. I don't fucking know. Okay. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting drunk. My brother had given me a ride downtown to the show, so she agrees to give me a ride home. She buys me a few drinks. I get pretty buzzed, probably drunker. One of the more drunk times I've had in my life. So yeah, she drives me home, and as she pulls up, I say something along the lines of, "We should make out," which surprised that she took it pretty well. I don't know. She wasn't interested, so she kind of told me no, let me down a little bit easy, which I guess I was okay with. So I get out, I stumble into my house, still drunk. I end up falling down like my front stairs. I didn't really hurt myself, but I fell down, dropped my keys, left my wallet, my keys, part of my clothes on the floor. Go to my bedroom, and as I'm about ready to drunkenly fall asleep, I decide to text her, "Hey, it was fun hanging out. We should hang out again. I'm gonna fuck you eventually." We didn't. But she was kind of flattered. She kind of let me down. Yeah. She never really responded. Yeah, she ended up moving to LA. Just another embarrassing story in my love life. So there's that. Okay, one last example. This one actually kind of feels like an actual sitcom scenario, and I've always kind of wanted to live in a sitcom a little bit. Like, I don't know. It could be called like Everybody Sort of Likes Tim. Watching a lot of Arrested Development, so that's a lot of sitcoms, mainly Arrested Development. But yeah, this one played out. So there's a different girl, third girl, who I'm kind of interested in. We work together. I try to get her to hang out with me. We hang out maybe once or twice before this, but then one night she invites me downtown. I was like 22 at the time. I don't really go to the bars. She was actually like 19, so she was under the drinking age. I'm not gonna say underage because that's creepy. But she'd probably been to more bars than I did, so she invites me out to go get a drink. So I agree to meet up with her. We agree to meet at this place called like the Dugout. It's like an actual baseball dugout, like behind two different bars in Missoula. If you're in Missoula, you know what I'm talking about. And I bring one of my other buddies, one of our other coworkers. That's kind of a wingman. Yeah, he wasn't very good. But then she shows up with another one of our coworkers, one of our female coworkers, and her on again, off again ex-boyfriend. So, yeah, it kind of ended up being that scenario in the sitcoms where the main character, thinks he's going to get lucky or going to get a chance with his girl, and then she ends up showing up with her ex-boyfriend, or boyfriend, or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, she ends up going off with him around the corner, making out. I kind of had to be there and just kind of sit there. And I think it did soften the blow a little bit to think that I'd lived through an actual sitcom scenario. So it's kind of funny in retrospect, a little bit sad, which is the story of my life. Yeah. Let's see what else. Nothing happened with her either. We're pretty good friends now. She did drunkenly lick my nipple once, like not that long after that, which was kind of weird. She saved in my phone has nipples because of that. Yeah. So I'm not great with women. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like doing comedy. Even though I invited you all here to watch me do comedy. Actually, went for a breakup earlier today. So this.
we met. We were both reaching for Western Family bagels at the same time, even though there's like 100 of them. And I noticed her eye could pluck Aquaman out of the sea. There's just one problem. She didn't really like my comedy. The Dane Cook fan, if that reference. Cookhead. She liked me for my body, which has never been like part of my identity. So I told her she needs to come watch me do comedy. So she came and I did a joke about how my asshole was really hairy, which she didn't really like. Although she doesn't mind sticking her hand up my butt. And then so I give her a second chance. I invite her to another comment. Then I make fun of Mountain Dew, which is like her favorite drink. She likes to mix it with gin and call it Mount Gin Dew. She's a classy lady. So today she comes up to me. And I've only been like one. Well, I guess I've had like a girlfriend for like half an hour one time. It's like a set for a joke for a different set. She sits me down. She says if I want to continue dating her, I'm going to have to give up comedy. So I say to her, Candy. It's my nickname for her. She's sweet, a little nutty. I would call her Snickers, but I've never heard her snicker. Oh, you like that joke? Okay. I said, Candy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, my lady, it's comedy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
One group of people I have like an irrational hatred of. Guys with big trucks. I feel like there's a joke that like people with sports cars are overcompensating. In Montana is big trucks. I can say that joke because my brother has a big truck. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you see a flag in the back of a pickup truck, it's like never a good thing. It's like never a LBGQ flag or like a coexist flag. It's always like a Confederate flag or like a American flag with just like too much toxic nationalism. They have like bumper stickers that say things like, Jesus wants me to have this AR-15 so I can gun down the non-believers. Wait, wordy for a bumper sticker? Yeah. Or like, Adam and Steve can suck my butthole. Or, don't tread on me unless I elected you to do so. I have this fantasy. I have a lot of fantasies, but just this one in particular. I'm doing like the best show of my entire life. Probably not this show. It's fine. Like absolutely killing it, getting like a standing ovation at the end. Everybody clapping. Everybody calling me back for one more joke. One more joke. One more. Feel free to chant. You're done. And just like walking off stage, just like disappearing into the night, never to be seen again. Yeah, that's not a joke, it's just a fantasy I've had. I guess if I did that, I would like disappear. I'd like travel the country, doing comedy wherever jokes are needed, fighting crime wherever crime needs to be fought, watching Arrested Development every day. I'll be like a comedian by night, a crime fighter by later in the night. Then during the day, I might just, I don't know, like watch Arrested Development and masturbate a lot. So I got in trouble for reading at work the other day. Apparently I'm supposed to be productive. It could have been worse. I could have got caught looking at porn at work, which I actually have done. I just didn't get caught. It's not like a weird creep thing. It's like It's like a rebel thing. Like I like to look at porn to like waste time at work. Yeah. I don't know. They pay me for like quantity of time, not quality of time at work. Like every job I've had, I've committed time theft. Even when I worked for my parents at a hot dog stand, I probably committed time theft then. You know, running out that clock. Running out this clock. My life motto is I get, well, my work motto is I get paid by the time, not the effort. You can tell how much I love working. I'm not really lazy, I'm just apathetic, I just don't care. Some people call that lazy. I did recently start my own religion, Timism. We have 100 commandments, so safe to say we're 10 times better than Christianity. How come there's dad jokes, but where are the mom jokes? Like they're probably not coming from my mom. My mom's not very
There's
funny.
all your mama jokes.
That's different. Yeah, that's different though.
They're the Karen
You
jokes.
can do your daddy jokes. I don't know if you want to use that phrase. Yeah, my mom's. She's not really. I get my sense of humor from my dad. It's one of the things he got in the divorce. He gave to me.
Well done.
My mom's not like funny. She's funny like on accident. Like the other day, I asked her because Mother's Day was just up. Everybody get their mom a present? Everybody, you can get your mom. Okay. I asked her what she wanted. She said flowers and like this book called The Pleasure of Its Company by some guy named Dutch Sheets. Which I don't know where you guys' mind goes. I guess it was like some book about God, being close to God or something. Yeah, I just had to laugh at that. So what I did was I found the cover of that book. I printed it out and then I bought like the smuttiest book I could find at like Target, and I just put the cover on that book and I gave that to my mom for Mother's Day. I gave her a real gift too. It was mostly a joke. I don't know if she completely got the joke. So I hang out sometimes in large crowds to be alone. I'm not really a huge fan of crowds, unless it's comedy, because I feel like there's something about being slightly elevated above a crowd on a stage that helps me, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I'm in like a polyplatonic relationship where I have like many best friends who kind of just like digifuse into one. I have like many good friends that digifuse into one best friend. I would have used a different reference like Voltron or something, but I don't like people to get my references. I've never I've rarely purchased drugs, like I just haven't really needed to. I mean, I've done some drugs, like I'm not a square, I'm not a octagon, which I realize the saying is square, but an octagon is the shape of a stop sign. I think that makes more sense, to me at least. I just haven't really had to buy drugs, I just kind of have had them given to me. So I'm kind of like the kid in the anti-drug PSA that just has drugs handed to me. You just have to know the right people, I guess. Other comedians, apparently. And other people. Yeah, I don't know, drugs are cool and all, but it's kind of like fishing for me, like fishing in Missoula, where everybody rants and raves about how great it is, but I just kind of feel like I only want to do it like once or twice a year. I mean, drugs are good and all, but you ever tried watching all 5 seasons of West Development in one day? Because I have. Well, that's a high. Also, comedy's a pretty good high. So, do comedy, not drugs. Kid, I don't give a fuck, actually. Fuck your kids.
else? What else? I mean, when I do die, I want my body put into a rocket, launched into space with my most prized possession, all my Arrested Development DVDs, and my t-shirts, along with a portable DVD player, a shit ton of batteries, so the big-boobed, blue-skinned alien women that find me can find my corpse, can reuse their advanced technology to revive me, and we can all just cuddle up and enjoy the best show ever, as much as I have in this life when I'm dead. But I'll be back, so. Just recently diagnosed with autism and ADD. I always kind of suspected of autism. I don't know, I've never been great with people. I always thought it's just because I just am kind of a curmudgeon and I hate people. But now I guess I realize it's because I can't read any nonverbal cues. Not great at that. ADD kind of makes sense. Some people have like a 1-track mind. I have like an 8-track mind. I mean, it makes it kind of hard because it's hard to find anything to play 8-track these days. But I mean, if I could actually find at least one person to date me, I'd probably be polyamorous. But I'm definitely like polycreative. Like I'm always devoting my time to like multiple projects, creative projects. Like I got comedy, I got my podcasts, The End of the Show as We Know It, where I talk about TV series finale. I got a comic book. I got a Christmas novel. See, I'm working on 2 different projects involving Arrested Development, which I mentioned earlier. So it's kind of like I'm dating sisters, maybe. And ideas that are just come easy to me. Ideas, I feel like I love ideas more than people sometimes. They're easier to love. They're easier to control. They won't leave you. I saved you the effort of looking for red flags by just wearing red pants, so yeah.
So, you know, I'm a comedian, and we seem pretty happy-go-lucky up on stage. Or really not. I think I discovered the source of most of my unhappiness the other day, though. Is that I never got the chance to become a Jedi Knight. Because I don't have delusions of grandeur, I have delusions of grandfinity, so. I know, I watched like all the movies, I watched like episode 1 like 9 times in theaters, because I didn't know any better at the time, I was like 9. I even like subscribed to the thing called like Jedi Club, where like they'd send you like a badly written pamphlet and like a CD of Darth Sidious trying to like seduce you to the dark side, I guess. If I didn't make it I don't know, I don't think I would have been a good Jedi. I would have had like attention deficit dark side disorder. You know, like everybody else is trying to meditate and I just, my eyes wide open thinking about how Jedis don't form attachments, but you know they'd be fucking, you know they're having sex somewhere. Plus, I'm not a great driver, so I don't think they would trust me with a Jedi Starfighter either.
Anakin didn't do much better.
Yeah. Well. I'm also a big fan of...
Killing my shirt.
I'm also a big fan of Mortal Kombat. I've always kind of want to know, like, how I can have my likeness turned into a Mortal Kombat character. You know, his name will be Tim Average. Could be like a 30-something out of shape stand-up comedian who comes from a universe where like Mortal Kombat is a video game, and he joins the Mortal Kombat tournament by mistake. And all he does, he just like steals other people's moves. You know, like he does Sub-Zero's ice attack by just throwing ice at people. He does Kung Lao's fireball by just throwing a lighter at people.
You mean Liu Kang?
Well, that's why I suck, because I can't do it. He does he just has a taser for Raiden's lightning attack. He attempts Sub-Zero's, or no, Scorpion's, like, spear attack. Come here, please! And he tries Kung Lao's hat attack, which just ends up cutting himself. think another source of my unhappiness, the fact my parents decided to wait till after I was out of high school to get divorced. But now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like their divorce kind of makes sense to me. Because I'm looking at like the personality traits I like inherited from them and how they're incompatible within my own personality and how they probably weren't that compatible. Like for instance, my dad's pretty good with money. My mom, not so much. I'll probably inherit like a pyramid scheme from her when she dies. Like her position in the pyramid scheme. So like I'll make sure all my bills are paid, but I also spent like $100 on an inflatable bathtub so I can sit in my living room and watch porn while I take a bath. And so I can interview people on my web series Laugh Tub. Yeah, I shared up early, but mainly the first part. And my dad's kind of outgoing, he's a pretty friendly guy. My mom's kind of awkward and shy. So I can get up here and do comedy, but I cannot manage not to have an awkward conversation with anybody off stage. Just ask anybody who's ever talked to me. Also, my dad's a pretty good bus driver. He's a bus driver for a living. My mom, not so much. She's a bus crasher for a living. So, and unfortunately, I learned mostly my driving skills from my mom, so I'm not like a great driver. But my dad was always there to backseat. So I'm like a bad driver, but I'm overly cautious, so. Corona, right? Alright. Corona has really kind of like destroyed my faith in America. Really not just like all nations, I think we just need to abolish nations. Because I think we just go to one world government. Because if I'm going to be fucked by a government, I want to be like one manageable like government fucking me instead of like the multinational gangbang we have now. With like America being both the engine and the caboose. So, yeah. Actually, no, that's not true. My faith in America was gone way before Corona even happened. Like 3 years ago, I was in Wyoming. I was doing a show in like a weird theater, and I went upstairs to the attic, and then I saw Big Mouth Billy Bass. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry. I saw that thing, and it just reminded me that America's been into some pretty stupid things. You know, like the pet rock, Beanie Babies, unnecessary wars.
Furbies.
Yeah, we're also into Furbies for a while, which are just plain creepy. They're like my 5th biggest fear after drowning, avocados, intimacy, commitment, my mom being killed by a shark while a clown watches. We're also into some stupid, like, Mountain Dew. You guys know. Like, have you guys heard of the Liberty Brew? That Mountain Dew that has, like, 50 flavors, apparently? This is just regular Mountain Dew. I tried that once. I could only taste 48. I think they left out salmon for Alaska and pineapple for Hawaii. But luckily for you guys, I broke in. All 50 states are represented. I broke into Mountain Dew headquarters. And I found out the recipe, what flavors they use for each of the 50 states. I'm only going to give you a few, I don't want to go for all 50. Let's see. For Alabama, they have a Channing Tatum Sweat. Colorado is weed. Florida is alligators and hurricanes. Georgia's peach. Idaho is white meat, potatoes, and white supremacy. Kansas is tornadoes. Arkansas is tornadoes with 2 R's. Kentucky is bourbon, fried chicken, and horse steroids. Louisiana is Cajun swamp, whatever that is. Maine is a crab. Minnesota is Prince's rotting corpse. Montana is huckleberry and alcoholism. North Dakota is the taste of the north wind. South Dakota is the taste of the south wind. New Hampshire is just Hampshire with less sugar. Pennsylvania is the Liberty Bell.
Texas is football and oil. Utah is alcohol-free poisoning. Vermont is maple syrup. Wisconsin is obviously cheese. And Wyoming is cow manure. So during this pandemic, that I'm addicted to solitude. Like, I don't know, I spent like 3 months off work because I wasn't essential, which is okay with me. That's just code for underpaid. So I spent a lot of time, my brother was still working, I spent a lot of time by myself, except when my brother decided to invite people over because he's not very good at social distancing. But I just had to wait until like his friend would leave, or he would leave, until I could get that sweet hit of solitude again. I started to have like withdrawals from solitude. Man, I like solitude. It also made me realize my future career path, what job I want. I want to be a stay-at-home uncle. Unfortunately, both of my siblings are, well, my brother doesn't have any kids. Thank God. Thank you, Moses. My sister does, but they're like only slightly less broke than I am, so they can't really afford me. So if you're looking for a stay-at-home, I mean like my home, so I don't have to live with you. I'll just see you like 3 or 4 times a week. Email me, timimillercomedy@gmail.com. I have good rates. I got lots of dirty jokes I can share. I can play lots of games.
Not very well.
So yeah, hire me as your stay-at-home uncle. You guys want to hear how I got it started into comedy?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So one day I'm walking in the wilderness, like I do. I walk in the wilderness a lot, in case you can't tell by this beard. And I came across this stage, and there's a mic stand on the stage, kind of like this one, and it's like glowing, like as bright as like 1.5 suns, we'll say. And I step forward, and there's this voice that says, "Take off your pants, for you are a ha-ha-ha clown." I'm like, I really want to do this, but okay. So I did. It's like, oh, you're pretty funny. You should try stand-up comedy. I'm like, really? You think so? Yes, try it. Okay, so I grabbed the microphone stand. I'm instantly transported to my first set at the Union Club. That's how I started. Or actually, maybe I just made a pact with a coworker to try stand-up comedy. I don't know. You make your own decisions on that. I'm Tim Miller, and this has been Antisocially Distant.